Cowboys Nation, hold on to your hats. Jerry Jones just dropped a bombshell that's shaking up the NFL. Leonard Fournette is joining America's team, and we've got the inside scoop on this game-changing move. From contract details to fantasy impact, we're breaking it all down. Is this the missing piece for a Super Bowl run? Hit that play button and let's dive into the biggest Cowboys news of the year. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Alright, let's dive right in and break this whole situation down. According to reports, Leonard Fournette arrived in Dallas late last night for a surprise visit with the team. Apparently, this meeting was kept completely under wraps. Not a single insider or reporter caught wind of it until the deal was already done. That just shows you how serious both sides were about getting this deal across the finish line. Sources say Fournette underwent a full physical and workout for the Cowboys coaching staff early this morning. Clearly, he must have impressed, because just hours later, Jerry Jones was at the podium announcing the signing. Now, let's talk contract details. While the full terms haven't been disclosed yet, early reports indicate it's a one-year deal worth up to $5 million with incentives. That's a pretty team-friendly deal for a player of Fournette's caliber, especially considering he was still on the open market this late in the offseason. So why did the Cowboys make this move, and why now? Well, there are a few factors at play here. First and foremost, the Cowboys' running back room was looking a little thin heading into training camp. Yes, they still have Tony Pollard as the clear bone, but after letting Ezekiel Elliott walk in free agency, there were major question marks about the depth behind Pollard. Malik Davis showed some flashes last year, but he's still largely unproven. And while rookie Deuce Vaughn has a ton of potential, asking a sixth-round pick to step in as your primary backup is a big risk. By bringing in a veteran like Fournette, the Cowboys now have a proven commodity to spell Pollard and provide insurance in case of injury. Let's not forget, Fournette is still only 28 years old. That's relatively young for a running back, and he's shown he still has plenty left in the tank. Just 2 seasons ago, in 2021, he racked up over 1,250 total yards and 10 touchdowns for the Buccaneers. Sure, his numbers dipped a bit last year, but that entire Bucs offense was a mess. Put him behind this elite Cowboys offensive line, with Dak Prescott under center and CeeDee Lamb stretching the field. Fournette could be in for a major bounce-back year. Speaking of that Cowboys O-line, adding a powerful runner like Fournette gives them another dimension to work with. At 6'0" and 228 pounds, Fournette brings a bruising, physical element that this backfield was lacking. He can be that short yardage hammer and goal line back that every offense needs. But don't sleep on Fournette's receiving ability either. He's averaged over 50 catches per season over the last 3 years. That versatility will allow Kellen Moore to get creative with personnel groupings and keep defenses guessing. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What does this mean for Tony Pollard? Is this a sign that the Cowboys aren't fully confident in him as the lead back? Personally, I don't think that's the case at all. Remember, Pollard is coming off that brutal leg injury he suffered in the playoffs. While all reports indicate he'll be ready for Week 1, it's smart asset management to have a reliable Plan B. Plus, the modern NFL is all about committee backfields. Look at the 49ers last year with Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell. Or the Eagles with Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell. Having 2 dynamic backs who can hurt defenses in different ways is a huge advantage. I think we're looking at a 1A/1B situation here, with Pollard still getting the bulk of the touches, but Fournette carving out a significant role. This takes some of the pressure off Pollard and allows the Cowboys to keep both backs fresh deep into the season. Let's talk about the fantasy football implications real quick, because I know that's on a lot of your minds. Obviously, this puts a bit of a damper on Pollard's potential breakout year. He's still a solid RB2 in my book, but the ceiling is a bit lower now. As for Fournette, I'd consider him a high-end flex play with RB2 upside, especially in PPR formats. There's always a chance he wrestles away the lead role if Pollard struggles or gets banged up again. Definitely worth a mid-round pick in your drafts. Now, it's not all sunshine and roses here. There are some potential red flags we need to address. First off, Fournette has had some issues with conditioning and weight in the past. That's something the Cowboys will need to stay on top of. You don't want a repeat of the Eddie Lacy situation in Green Bay. There have also been some whispers about Fournette's attitude and work ethic at times. Remember, he was cut by the Jaguars just a few years after being a top 5 draft pick. He seemed to turn things around in Tampa, but it's something to keep an eye on. And of course, there's the injury history. Fournette has missed time in each of the last 3 seasons with various ailments. The Cowboys' medical staff will have their work cut out for them, keeping both him and Pollard on the field. But overall, I think the potential rewards far outweigh the risks here. This is exactly the kind of low-risk, high-upside move that can put a team over the top. And make no mistake, the Cowboys are in win-now mode. This isn't just about 2023 either. By signing Fournette to just a 1-year deal, the Cowboys maintain future flexibility. If it doesn't work out, they can easily move on after this season. But if Fournette balls out, they'll have the inside track on re-signing him long-term. Let's put this move in context of the bigger picture. The NFC East is absolutely loaded this year. The Eagles are coming off a Super Bowl appearance and somehow got even better this offseason. The Giants took a major step forward under Brian Daboll. And even the Commanders have some intriguing pieces. By adding Fournette, the Cowboys are sending a clear message they're going all in on competing for a championship right now. This offense was already scary on paper. But now, with Prescott, Pollard, Fournette, Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, that's a nightmare for opposing defensive coordinators. And let's not forget about the defense. With Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and now Stephon Gilmore, this team has playmakers at every level. If the offense can control the clock and put up points with this new-look backfield, it's going to make life a whole lot easier for Dan Quinn's unit. I've got to give major props to Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and the entire Cowboys front office for pulling this off. In today's NFL, with the salary cap constraints and parity across the league, it's not easy to significantly improve your roster this late in the offseason. But that's exactly what Dallas has done here. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this breaking news update. What do you think about the Leonard Fournette signing? Love it? Hate it? Somewhere in between? Let me know down in the comments. And remember, if you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date on all the latest Cowboys news, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll be back soon with more analysis as this story continues to unfold.